at somebody that Jesus picked and go, for real? I did it this morning in the mirror. God, for real? Him? Why? This is the question. When I get to heaven, I don't have a lot of questions. I don't want to talk to the Apostle Paul about theology. I don't want to know what Jesus wrote in the ground that day. And I just, when I get to heaven, I want to go, God, why me? What, like, cause see, y'all like, no, Pastor Robert, of course you. I mean, you're a man of God. No, I know me. I know my issues. I know my idiosyncrasies. I know the jacked up stuff that I don't post on the gram. I know the stuff that I'm going, Lord, you got to help me in this area. I know the thoughts that come to my head. And every time I'm going, why me? You should have picked somebody else. Why me? It's funny. People, God will pick to use. And some of you right now, you're wrestling with insecurity, wrestling with your confidence, and fear is having a heyday on you because you can't comprehend the fact that he picked you, that he chose you. But I'm gonna give you something that'll bless your life. Who God picks never makes sense. People that God picks, it never makes sense. So if you're like me, looking in the mirror going, God, why in the world would you choose somebody as messed up and as frail as me and it doesn't make sense? Guess what? You are the man, you are the woman for the job, because the people that God picks, it never makes sense. And I wish our world and our society would begin to understand this, because it's funny, the people that think God is going to consult you about somebody he picks. But how many are thankful that God doesn't talk to other people before he picks you? He will pick whoever he wants. He will use whoever he wants. He will call out and elevate whoever he wants. Oh, I love it. People love to turn up their nose at the people they don't think God should have picked. In fact, our generation, we on some brand new stuff. You have people that'll make a whole YouTube page just to talk about the people that they don't think should have been picked. And you're using that person's platform to get you some more views and say, let me do a whole post on why I don't think they should be picked. And maybe you're on the other end of that and you're getting all defensive. You're like, well, maybe you're trying to prove that you were picked and you're trying to justify that. Can I give you a line real quick that'll bless you? Stop trying to justify yourself. Justification is not your job. Justification is on Jesus. He justified me when he died on the cross. Quit trying to justify yourself. The next time somebody's talking about you and saying all the reasons why you shouldn't be picked, you need to just look at them and say this: I know it don't make sense, but I'm still picked. Oh, I know it don't make sense. I'm just as confused as you, but somehow, some way, God chose me. It wasn't my record. It wasn't my ingenuity. It wasn't my gift or my talent. It's just the fact that God will use weakness to bring strength out. God will use the crazy things to bring wisdom out. God, I need some picked people to just take 10 seconds and give God some praise. Like you're thankful that God don't call a committee before he picks you. God don't take a vote before he picks you. He will pick whoever he wants. I know it don't make sense, but I'm still picked. I know you can't understand it. I'm still picked though. Your opinion does not deny the fact that he picked me. I don't like his preaching. I'm still picked. I love that God doesn't consult or call a committee meeting for whoever he wants to pick. He just picks who he wants. He'll pick a murderer to write the Bible. I love what this murderer said in 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 26. He says, brothers and sisters, think of what you were when you were called. He said, don't get it twisted. Don't forget where you came from. He says, think of what you were when you were called. Not many of you were wise by human standards. Not many of you were influential. Not many of you were of noble birth. But God chose the foolish things of the world to bring shame to the wise. God chose the weak things of the world to shame the strong. God chose the lowly things of the world so that he could get glory out of it, to nullify the things that are, so that no one would boast before him. God says, I gotta pick the least likely, so when I elevate that person, they can never say it was by their might or by their power, but it was only by my hand.